We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Green Bay Packers.
We got this.
Ready.
Forward, Mike. Three bud.
Throwing on first down. Fitzgerald. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pickup.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Watch 2 draw quarter. On the ball.
2nd and 3. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Back to throw. Fitzgerald. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Returnable for Lockett. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10.
Get off the field, defense.
Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Here we go, tonight. 180. Obama.
Come to my work.
14.
From the gun, here's Gall. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him. And he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good start.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
On first down, Drake. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll try the air now with Goff. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
But no takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
From the 50, it's gone. He lets it fly for Lockett. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Caught. It's Ellington. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
Go!
41's the money. Check 41. Watch the pass.
Get it!
Looking to throw on second down. Fitzgerald. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Hey. 4 down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Fitzgerald, and he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Slam. Under 10, under 10, 10.
From the gun, it's Drake. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 41, Goff. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it, and the Raiders pick it up. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Stepping, and he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Nick Fitzgerald with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland.
Makes the score Raiders 7, Packers nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Now a hit and a loose football. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Packers. As his guys are in for 6. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I think the key to that play was them understanding and knowing that once the ball was out, they were still eligible to pick it up and carry it.
Yeah, there was some standing and some staring on the wrong side of the football there, wasn't there?
Yes, he has a name, he has a number, but for us, he's Johnny on the spot. And how about that rambling run all the way to the end zone with that alert play that he just made?
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things.
Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, Barton?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over.
Go.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. Strip the ball. Let it go.
Throwing after the interception. Fitzgerald. Forced out to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On second down now. It's Carson, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
41. Hey, dude. Check.
Operating from the gun. Fitzgerald. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 50 on the side.
From the gun, Fitzgerald.
Let's go.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. Well, 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Now it's Lockett. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
We go tonight. 20.
56. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
Now on 1st down, Drake again. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, watch the slant.
17.
From just shy of midfield, Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
5.
Kill. 56.
Out of the gun. Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they timed it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
Good one, boy. Let's
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cassius Marsh in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been terrific so far. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to do it.
Now Drake loses the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team. Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Carson. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Go! Let's go, D! Let's go!
On first down, Fitzgerald. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And caught left side, Olsen. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Break. You got a wedge down. Tighten up. Hey, exit.
Light 41. Light 41. Bring it. Bring it.
On 2nd and 12, Fitzgerald got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Bailey's kick is good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
At their own 25-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So a very tight the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
What? 20. DC.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Mike to 59. You got to get the ball. D, get the ball.
2 for 1. 2 for 1.
Mike 5'9. Mike 5'9. Danny.
Bravo.
A shotgun snap for gone. Throw left side taken in by Meredith. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Value 1.
On second down, it's Drake. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Joey Bosa in on the stop. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Hey, let's go. Go, ground. What's that?
Safety's creeping.
Hey, foxtrot. Value 1. Hey, lift.
They are going for it. Goff. Under pressure, he's going to go down. Look at this, way back around the 43. Montez Sweat and the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
Ready. 90 Wolf. Hey, Haywood.
On 1st and 10, Fitzgerald. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On third down, Drake. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the fourth down.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you start it left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all after. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Looking to throw. Fitzgerald. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Throwing on first down. Fitzgerald. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. This is Carson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now on 2nd and 13, Fitzgerald. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 26.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll start the drive with Drake. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Goff. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, it feels like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
To throw is gone. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff going for it all. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
4 now. Hey, 76.
To the air again. Goff. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Montez Sweat racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
To throw again. Fitzgerald. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. 76. 76.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Super. Hey, echo.
56, by 56.
Super 1, Super 1.
Crash.
Goff now looks to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Chris Carson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down, 3 down.
Hey, zoom. 52.
Operating from the gun. Fitzgerald. Flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach, everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Goff now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10.
Hardball. 12. 59. Go.
Back to throw. Goff. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
56. Mott's 50.
Now Goff. And the Raiders have got him. Montez Sweat in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 3rd and long. It's gone. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Goff. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
Get it.
They'll begin the drive with Carson. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
41 to Mike, 41 to Mike. Check.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Set. 18 Gator. Go!
Motion. Hey, check Mike 57.
Hey, Delta.
Hey, Mike's 57.
2nd and 11. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
The Raiders on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Zipper.
Back to throw. Fitzgerald. They'll run the screen with Carson. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And that will wind up just short. He had it online. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. This was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Raiders on 3rd down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Carson. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
A gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Raiders, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.